What is up, everybody? It's Moverse TV today. So the big news we've been talking about this weekend for Xbox is Xbox is an acquisition season. Some people have called it. So there's a big rumor. There's a rumor that Xbox is going to acquire one of these big studios. People are suggesting it's Ubisoft, Sega, Square Enix, Take-Two. I have heard all these studios being mentioned with Xbox acquiring. And these are some pretty big studios, some humongous studios at that. So who knows? Like it's been all rumors. It's been some people, people who are like big in the gaming industry making these claims too. So it's like that's all people have been talking about this weekend. So as this post stated, okay, so there's some talk on the interwebs for Bethesda-sized Xbox acquisition. If it's true, which brand do you think it'll be? I love to see Ubisoft and Xbox work together. I'll also love Sega/Square plus Xbox for more exposure in Asia. So yeah, I mean, as a person who owns both consoles, I mean, I can care less, but I guess it would shut the Sony guys up or make them have, I don't know, some more salt mines appear if they do acquire any of these studios. They're gonna be crying for days talking about how Xbox is a monopoly now. Xbox is solely a monopoly now. Well, Sony is constantly keeping games off the Xbox platform. So definitely, check out some of these comments. I know people definitely get a lot of opinions about this. I think all these options will suck. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of more and more games taken away from other players. Like I said, it's funny how they're only being taken away when Xbox buys these studios, but when PlayStation does it, they're not being taken away at all. Okay, taken away, you mean games that will be exclusive to just Xbox? I think Sony's strategy is much healthier. It's not easy to buy from everyone to reach good agreements, and even less to take away from others. The possibility of enjoying the work of all those developers on your platform, think about it, or Microsoft doesn't trust your team. Sony is literally paying to keep games off other platforms as well. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy 16, Forspoken, Coda Remake, Kenna, to name just a few. If Microsoft hadn't acquired Bethesda, it would have been the same for Deathloop and Ghostwire. Sony also tried to pay to keep Starfield off Xbox. Agreed with the Ubisoft acquisition. With them, Xbox becomes an RPG powerhouse. Agreed, Take-Two will be massive, purely for GTA, Bioshock, etc., but Ubisoft has the manpower to put out constant over open world IPs, really? Okay. Let's see. Sega is perfect. Dream acquisition, Xbox plus with WB. People want this to happen too. People want the Xbox to buy Bethesda too, because that fulfills the superhero fix with by having the Batman games and like the different DC titles under your umbrella. So that would get people to stop crying about the whole Marvel thing with PlayStation if they own the DC superheroes with WB. Let's see. If I have to choose, then I agree Ubisoft plus Xbox would be something. Who knows? But I will let my butterfly effect ripple. Okay. My instincts say Sega Game Pass having all the Yakuza games since Pike Corden as they did. They want to make a big splash in the JRPG space. What bigger splash to bring Persona to Xbox and announce that Persona 6 would be launched on Xbox 2? Square also sounds right up their alley. The six WB Studios, Rocksteady, NetherRealm, Monolith, TT Games, Avalanche, and W Montreal seems more likely to me, if anyone. Here's the thing with that though, buying WB games is cool, but Microsoft should look into buying Warner as a whole. The way you have exclusivity rights to buy every single DC IP as well as other IPs that Warner has, like The Matrix. A Matrix game would be so cool. That'd be a pretty cool idea if they had like a Matrix game exclusively to Xbox. That'd be a cool idea right there. First choice would be Square, followed by Sega. I'm more interested in getting games and keeping others from them. We get all the Ubi and Take-Two games. Square and Sega skip Xbox with their JRPG 75% of the time. I love that more, so they're just making others have less. Let's see. I also love to see Ubisoft join the Xbox family. I love some of their franchises. Xbox can take their games to the next level. The best part is most of the IPs also come with the acquisition. If it's to overthrow Sony, then hands down Take-Two with GTA and 2K games, all the TV marketing and their basketball game and whatnot. If it's to finally set a foundation in Japan, then Sega. Either will be huge. Also, Ubisoft will be fire. Case I'll save so much money on those games. Yeah, especially if they're in Game Pass day one. So win-win. My choice, Xbox plus WB. Yep, definitely be a definitely amazing thing if WB joined Xbox. Square Enix would be the one to choose because it'll have a huge impact on Asia. Man, that's a hard one for me. I go Ubisoft or Square Enix. My sources have confirmed that some major acquisition is coming, and just let's just say Sony is finished. Okay, I'd be fine with Ubisoft or Take Two. If this is true, I see Xbox and Ubisoft being a thing that would be a great fit for Xbox. Plus, they could tie in Ubisoft Plus with Game Pass, and that would make Game Pass even more valuable with even more games. Yeah, that's been rumored for a while too. The whole Ubisoft Plus on Game Pass. That's been rumored for a while. So I don't know. Real bad idea. We don't need more limitations to gaming and further excluding the audience. Really? Is it Sony excluding the audience? Is it Sony excluding the whole Marvel, Spider-Man, and Wolverine audience with their games just being exclusive to their platform? They're not excluding anything, huh? But okay, that's just interesting how that works out like that. Why not just have a partnership to include those games on the servers instead of taking them away from 100 plus million users? God, take any of them, but leave Square Enix the hell alone. Xbox, keep your hands off. None of them are happening, but company associated with Xbox in the past is a happening. If it's any of these, I'm gonna go with Square Enix. They're just a hunch off some things I've discovered, but it could be none of those. I still despise the idea of people supporting the buyout of every major third-party game publisher. I don't want to see a world where most popular video games are split between three companies. In my honest opinion, I believe it will be Square Enix. I would be surprised to see any of the four listed if any could also fit the conference at Tokyo Game Show. Oh yeah, that's the big conference coming up too, Tokyo Game Show. So I can see it being Square Enix or Sega with Tokyo Game Show coming up soon. With these rumors popping up. Sega, to be honest, is the most realistic. Realistically, it got to be Sega. Microsoft and Sega have been in a relationship since the Dreamcast. OG Xbox was essentially the Dreamcast 2. Shenmue, just a Radio Crazy Taxi, etc. Now Xbox has Phantasy Star Online 2 and Fantasy, I don't know what PSONG means. Besides, Microsoft are lacking Japanese games. I'd say Sega consider how Yakuza and Judgment have come to Xbox, but honestly, it's probably Ubisoft. My bet is Sega if this is legit. If it's Ubisoft, Xbox is going to say their games aren't mid or trash anymore, then celebrate. Okay to forget Ubisoft legal cases now or their dreadful games. Seems this a lot today, and honestly, I don't see any of them being a reality, especially Square. However, it would be interesting to see Ubisoft be acquired and see what happens to the jury nonsense of games they have and guys. Do they really keep them? I don't know. I don't know what the last part of this is mean, but okay. And if they did acquire Ubisoft, it would make a lot of sense for their games to be in Game Pass as well too, because they have a lot of microtransactions in their games. So it's only a win-win because it's like they're making money off people getting Game Pass service and from the microtransactions. So it kind of makes sense for Ubisoft, to be honest. Um, Look at these influencers wanting Xbox to buy publishers. You don't need to buy publishers to experience their games. They already bought in a publisher. Now they need Xbox to buy more. How many more you need? Verified influencers being delusional yet again, and once again fueling the console wars. You guys know You guys know the next step, right? What's the next step? Holy moly! Waking up to the replies have been a whirlwind. We all know deep down this can't be true, but if it's nice reading all your opinions, both for and against, it's nice having intelligent discussions and not bringing fanboyism into it. Okay. You really got these weirdos getting all excited about big corps buying other big corps. That's the problem with Xbox. They cap for big acquisitions instead of games. Don't Sony guys do the same thing? I'm confused. Don't Sony guys do the same thing though? Like, okay. If you ever want to know what a non-game looks like, read this thread. It's effing bursting with these people. Please, dear God, let it be Take Two. Yo, these dudes are pissed off. Look at this one next comment. Why would Microsoft want to buy some of these studios? Which is worse? These Xbox fanboys love to spread rumors. Why are Xbox fans always clamoring for Microsoft to purchase another publisher? They must really love corporate consolidation or something. Okay. That's stupid. Do you know how many employees will be fired if Microsoft bought Ubisoft? Uh, when will this nightmare end? Let's see. Square Enix is not happening. We even got confirmation that Square has no plans on selling to anyone. It'll kill the Square brand. They make so much less money as well. There's a reason why they're so close with PlayStation is because that's where their main audience is. So who knows? There's a lot of people salty about this even being discussed, which is the crazy part. People even being discussed as get people super salty. So who knows? It's like if they bought any of these major studios, it would be big news. They would definitely be like to the level of the Bethesda acquisition if they bought any of these studios. So that would be some industry shaking news right there. If Microsoft bought one of these studios, and that would definitely make a certain fan base super salty, mainly the PlayStation fan base. It would be super salty. They would probably double the whole therapy session, Twitter Spaces thing. They would talk about Xbox even more daily. It would be a huge soft fest if Microsoft bought any of these studios. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Do you think it's possible that Microsoft can buy any of these studios? That's definitely the big rumors for right now. This whole weekend, people have been talking about these acquisitions happening. So definitely want to see your thoughts about this down below. Leave a like if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching and peace.